I'm going through the ACFT preparatory warm-up. It's 10 movements and should last about 10 minutes. Each movement is suggested to be done 5 to 10 repetitions. This is going to be the standard warm-up before you do the ACFT test, so you want to go through it before you do some of your workouts to really get an idea of how intense you want that warm-up to be so you feel prepared when you're ready to test. First one is called a bend and reach. You're going to stand with feet a little bit more than hip width apart, arms start extended overhead, fingers are extended, and thumbs are tucked in an extended position. You're going to swing down on a count of 1, reaching the arms between the legs, tucking the chin so you're looking behind you, and coming up on the count of 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep with that rhythm. You're doing 5 to 10 repetitions. Next is the rear lunge. You're going to start with the same width of stance, hands on your hip this time. Start with the left leg. You're going to step back, staying in the same path as where it was when you started standing. You're not trying to bring the stance in narrow. You're trying to take an exaggerated step back, slightly bend the knee till you feel a stretch through the front of the left hip and the left thigh. You want to bend down until you feel that stretch and then come up, placing your foot back where it started, and then switch legs. So the count is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That back heel stays up, and you're focusing on a stretch. Third exercise is the high jumper. These are going to be 2 heights of jump. You're going to start in a forward leaning position with the arms extended back. And the first jump is going to be swinging the arms up till they're parallel with the ground and then jumping a couple inches off the floor. When you land, you're going to land from the toes down to the heels on the balls of the feet, nice and soft. Just a soft, light jump. The next jump you do is going to be much more powerful. You're going to vigorously swing the arms until they're overhead. Feel how the body takes on the momentum, comes into this full extended position, and then you're going to jump high as you can towards the ceiling. You're going to alternate between those 2 jumps. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. The next we're on the floor for. It's called the rower. You're going to start the body extended, arms overhead. You're going to bring the arms up towards the feet. At the same time, the knees are coming up to bend tight as they can. Knees stay in between the arms stay parallel with the ground, and then reverse. This is done at a slow cadence to focus on the abs doing the movement and not just swinging from the arms. Next is a squat bender exercise. Again, 2 exercises in one. You're going to start feet a little bit more than hip width apart. Arms are extended to the sides, fingers are extended, and thumbs are tucked. You're going to dip in the hips, bring the arms forward, and come into a squat position, keeping the head looking forward. Then coming up, you're going to hinge at the hips, keeping the knees slightly bent, reaching towards the ground, and keeping the head and neck in this neutral position so you're looking at the ground, you're not looking up here. You're going to come down, hinging from the hips till you feel a stretch to the back of the thigh, and then come up and back to the squat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The windmill exercise, you're going to start with the feet a little bit wider than all the squat stances. Arms are extended out straight, fingers are straight. You're going to rotate towards the left, and as you do, you're keeping the left leg straight but bending at the right hip and the right knee, rotating at the spine until that right hand touches the outside of the left leg. You're looking back behind you and then come up to the middle and switch sides. So that leg that you're reaching towards stays straight. So you can feel a stretch through the side of the leg, the middle of the back. The seventh movement is a forward lunge. This one is to train not only balance, but also proper lifting technique. So it's a little bit less traditional than your normal weight training lunge. This is for a warm up to prepare movement. So you're going to start in your hips width apart, your straddle stance position. You're going to step forward with the left leg, and you're going about 3 to 6 inches ahead of where your starting foot was. So not a big wide lunge. You're going to keep the back straight, looking forward. You're not looking down to where you're going, and you're going to flex in the knee, come down, and then come up, start, and switch legs. So the lunge is staying pretty tight. It's a slow cadence to maintain balance, to keep the proper spinal position, and articulate the movements to prep for your lifting, your drag and carry exercises. For the 8th exercise, it's the prone row. You're going to be starting on your stomach. Feet stay on the ground and heels together. Arms are extended and fingers are extended, and you're looking towards the ground. They're going to stay off the ground in this hover position the whole time. And the movement for the row is making a fist. You pull the arms back, lifting the chest, lifting the head, and then extend back to starting position. The 9th exercise is called the bent leg body twist. You're going to start on the ground, on your back, head flat, arms out to the side, the hips bend to 90 degrees, the knees bend to 90 degrees, and the feet stay together. You're going to drop both legs towards the ground, left just before they touch, pull through the torso, back to the center. Reverse sides. Keeping the knees together, heels together. Nice slow movement. Control on the way down. The 10th and final exercise is a push-up. Start with arms extended in front, underneath the shoulders, feet together, body in a straight line, looking down towards the ground. Flex at the elbows, come to the point where the tops of the arms are parallel with the ground, and then press up. 5 to 10 reps.